Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. My name is Nara and here we're discussing astrology, spirituality, and psychology, and this video is about Scorpio or Pluto in the 8th house of your birth chart. So if you want to change your life by gaining more clarity, you do need to know your personal birth chart placements. If you don't know your birth chart placements, such as planetary placements, your rising sign, your moon sign, your Venus, and all of that cool stuff, then you do need to know your time of birth. You need to go on astro.com and calculate your chart under free horoscopes in the ascendant drawing or something like that. But if you happen to have Scorpio or Pluto in the 8th house, then welcome to this video. So having Scorpio in the 8th house is pretty rare to have, but Pluto is pretty, is more frequent than having Scorpio in the 8th. So 8th house is Scorpionic house. It's a Pluto's house. So Pluto's house basically entails death, rebirth, other people's money, your partner's money, business deals, taxes, debts, credit cards, student loans in general, taxes I mentioned, right? Banks, the money that you have that are not immediately accessible to you. It's, let's say, the money that are on the investment, the cryptocurrency. It's the investments just in general, like the stocks, bonds, and all of that stuff. So it's the money that you have, but they're like in the bank or like on some sort of investment where you get like certain percentage or something there where you get like commissions or whatever. So that's the 8th house. It's also your in-laws family. It's your mother-in-law, brother-in-law, father-in-law. This placement indicates that you are someone who is very, very good in terms of like emotional, stable person who can go through a lot of crises, psychological crises, like mentally, like when there's a lot of things that are happening in your reality that make you go kind of crazy mentally. And like there's a lot of people that will, like, let's say somebody dies, I mean, God forbid, right? But it happens, it's life, right? If somebody passes away, you might be one of the only one in your family who is able to go through this process calmer than others, on the inside and on the outside. I mean, especially on the outside. I mean, obviously internally you might feel a lot of things, but you have an ability to hide it, be secretive, right? Because it's Pluto, it's Scorpio. Also, you're just like able to withhold a lot of crisis situations, like, situations that force you to transform yourself, situations that force you to transcend something that you've been doing for so very long in yourself, your personality, the way you look at things, the way you relate to things, the way you approach life. Is those situations, when in Great Depression, people who went bankrupt, they pretty much weren't able, when the stock market crashed, right, in 1929, weren't able to wrap their head around the fact that this is what's happening, right? And that they might lose their status, the way other people perceive them, their image is gone because the money is not there anymore. And that's what they were pretty much known for, like millionaires, right? Wall Street people. And they weren't able to accept that image, and they committed suicide, right? So, but for Scorpio in the 8th or Pluto in the 8th, these people are very good at crisis situations. They actually see it as a ability and opportunity to transform themselves, to gain higher perspective. They also are very drawn to occult, these people, and just like 8th house period, 8th house moon, stelliums, conjunctions are very, very prevalent as well, with this energy. They carry this energy. So they're drawn to occult. They want to understand the principles of the universe and the nature and the rhythms of metaphysics and how it all works, so that they can understand the reality better, how it works, why things happen, how our thoughts are being manifested. I have stellium in the 8th house in Taurus. I have moon, black moon Lilith, and South Node in conjunction. One of the most predominant aspects that I have and it is activated pretty much on a yearly basis for me. The stellium that I have is, I'm very familiar with this energy, and it's a lot of, you know, intuitive feelings about life. And also, like I said, right, you're drawn to these things, you're drawn to occult, but it might take you some time to understand what, you know, the principles. And you know, the reason, I just want you to pay attention to the intention behind you wanting to learn occult science and understand the principles of the nature and universe, is because you want to manipulate others. So see, the intention is not good, but if you don't place too much importance on that intention and just learn it and go with the flow, then it's not a big deal. But if you're like maliciously intending to use this knowledge and manipulate others, then it's not good, and then the balance is distorted, and that's when the shit doesn't work for you or in your favor. So just like using this knowledge, and also some people with this placement even use this knowledge without even knowing it. It's very subconscious. It's also 8th house as a subconscious mind. It's psychology. It's like wanting to understand psychology and how people operate and why people act the way they do. It's that energy, okay, of a person. It's you know, they might, like, I have this placement, right, in Taurus stellium, and I've been studying psychology and understanding how mind works and emotions work, and why people are responding psychologically, emotionally, and why they're not. And through trial and error, through actually applying it on myself. Carl Jung had this placement, and I studied Carl Jung very much so. I studied Freud. Oh, hold on. Freud had this placement, not Carl Jung. Leonardo da Vinci had this placement. Is the people who are able to transcend the mundane level of existence, and they're also able to transform and transmute their emotions and energies that they have into the work they do and impact the collective, right, and gain money from this. So and also they see like every single crisis and negative or difficult situation as a way to grow and learn something new. So these people are very incredible at that. These people may also be overly sexual and have like some sorts of secret and desires, sexual desires of aggression. They might have rage that is not recognized too, or is suppressed. They might have suppressed it when they were kids. So they might have rage, a lot of rage that they are trying to hide actively from society because it's deemed as not normal and not good to show that side of you. So they might be very, very well aware of the dark side of themselves. They may also be drawn to death topics and death and rebirth. And just like, like there's people with this placement who will be, oopsie. There will be people with this placement who will be overly drawn to the topic of death and will be researching a lot, like on Google, and understanding the process of dying and reincarnating and whatever, right? And will be other people who are not scared of death at all. And yeah, I feel like I pretty much covered everything for this video. If this video resonated with you, please let me know in the comment section below. I feel like it's very important for us to understand what our placements mean, and they allow us to gain a lot of clarity in our life, because a lot of things we just feel, but we're not able to name them, right? But naming things has its power for me. So yeah, please let me know, guys, if this video is useful and resonated with you. If it did, please leave the comment below. I would love to hear that. And yeah, I'll see you in my next video. Bye, y'all.